have been non-stop planting for these past couple of months. This has been a super fun and exciting journey of starting these seedlings, a whole bunch of different varieties of things, which I have never done before. And some things didn't go according to plan, and some things did extremely well. I've been updating you guys a bit on my garden, how the process has been going. I'm going to do a little bit more in depth of all of my seedlings and how each of them are doing. That I'm going to be starting to harden them off, because next week actually there's going to be time for them to go into the garden. Super exciting. But yeah, let me show you all of my seedlings. Is a quick overview of all my seedlings. Now, some people say you need grow lights, but for me, I did not use any grow lights at all. All of my seedlings were started with the sunlight. Of course, this window did get a decent amount of sunlight, but it's going to be to each their own and whatever you feel most comfortable doing. But for me, the sunlight worked perfectly good. I have a variety of flowers and vegetables. Starting off with sweet peas, are my sweet peas. These are flowers, not the vegetable. They are climbing, so I have these little green sticks. These have been growing super duper well for me. None of them died, nothing like that. Super resilient. Yeah. You can see here on my sweet peas, they have been up-potted and they will go into the garden like this. Next, my marigolds. These have also been up-potted, and they're also doing super duper well. We have this little bouquet mix. These are squash plants, doing super duper well. Some people will say not to start like squash, pumpkins, stuff like that indoors, but I'm gonna try it this year. It's just to try and get earlier harvests. Won't make too much of a difference, but I'm just gonna try it this year. If maybe next year I'll try it out in the garden, but we'll see. These are my loofahs. They're going kind of crazy. They're ready for it to be on a trellis, but they gotta wait one more week. They're doing really, really well. They grew super duper quick. You can see those big, beautiful leaves. Yes. I am super excited to grow loofahs this year. We will see how our area, like how long the season lasts, because I know you have to like leave them dry out on the plant or whatever you're planning on using them for, but yeah. Next we have our tomatoes. These have also been up-potted. They're doing super duper well, getting super duper big. We have two different, we have really nice big pineapple tomatoes, and we have just some rainbows. They also look like they need some support. They also have been doing super duper well. They're starting to have that tomatoey scent to them. Super duper cool. Next we have our pepper plants. They're not super duper big. They took a while to germinate, which I know can happen especially with my chili plants. But they are growing. They've been up-potted and they got transplant shock a little bit there, but they perked back up and they're doing okay now. Those are all the majority of my bigger plants, ones that have been up-potted. Now I have a bunch that are still in their seedling trays because they are not ready to be up-potted, or they won't be up-potted until they go into the garden. But yeah, let me show you guys that. These are my petunias. We have some celery and some cabbage seedlings. I have some yarrow. This is a flower burst variety. This is some cellulosa, which hates to be transplanted, but we'll see how that goes. This is a bouquet mix. These are my onions. I know they're a little bit floppy. I think it'll be okay though. Here I have some arboreta. It's okay. Not much to say on that. We'll see how they do. Here I have some oregano and some mint. Doing okay. Here I have some candy tuft and some bouquet mix here. There's some bee balm and some foxglove. Doing really, really well. More foxgloves, and there's a milkweed in there. Right there I have some echinacea and rosemary. The rosemary is surprisingly doing well. I've heard it's also really hard to start rosemary, but it's working well okay. If they end up dying off or just buy them from the garden center, but really great to try. Things that even maybe some people don't have good success with, but it's doing okay for us. I have some more newly planted seedlings. This is chives, and there's some, hold on, forget-me-nots. And here I have some dianthemis and Jim. I don't know how you pronounce it, but okay. Here I have some Melva something. I have two different varieties, Melva zebras and Melva sylvester. Here are the chilies I was talking about. It took a while to germinate. That's why they're so much smaller than the rest of them. I did start them at the same time, but yep. Lavender, and last but not least is lettuce and pumpkins. Pumpkin seeds are taking a while to germinate, as you can see there. But yeah, those are the seedlings that I've all started. I have a few more flowers that have to be started indoors. Just a few of these right here. There's only 1, 2, 5 more that have to be planted indoors. And then the rest, like carrots, radishes, cucumbers, they're all going to be started outdoors, which I probably will have a video on that. But yeah, one thing that really didn't do well for me starting indoors was actually cabbages. You can see I had a few started over there, but that's actually my second batch of trying this. They've just always wilted off and died when they're super tiny, barely got any chance to grow. I don't really know what issue that could be. Maybe not the right soil or something like that. But if I can't get them to grow, maybe I'll start them outdoors, or we'll see. Maybe it's too hot or something. Nice to give it a try, but some things don't always work out, and that's okay. Gardening is a process, and you're always learning and growing and trying new things. Each year you may do something different, and it may work out and it may not. But yeah, keeping track of all these plants using little printable calendars out, or you can just use normal calendars, but that's been super helpful for me while planning to like plant all these things. Like we have so many of flowers and vegetables, and keeping track of them by just looking at the seed packets doesn't really work. So by mapping it out and planning it super duper well, I'm definitely a planner. Helped me out 100%. I know a lot of people have a gardening journal, which I also did as well. I wrote down lots of different things about my plants, stuff like that. Again, everybody is gonna have their own way of doing things. It's just my way of doing things. Maybe you can take some tips from me, or maybe not. Alrighty guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!